Hare जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी कुबिचर Yashoda Hare श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा माई, श्री गौर निताय भगवान, ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की, श्रील गुरुदेव निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं
तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरो वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
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 नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमः पंकजनाभाय नमः पंकजमालिने नमः पंकजनेत्राय नमस्ते पंकजांग्रे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरद्विषे नमः। नमो ब्राह्मण्याय देवाय गौ ब्राह्मणाहिताय च जगद्दिताय कृष्णाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमः ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी
निर्विशेष शून्यवादी
पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे
पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य
प्रभु नित्यानंद
प्रभु नित्यानंद
श्री अद्वैत गदाधर
श्री अद्वैत गदाधर
श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद
श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे
कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे
हरे राम
हरे राम
राम राम हरे हरे
राम राम हरे हरे
किं करोति वाचालं मनोलङ्घयति गिरिमेत्रिपादामहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुनिरतारिणं श्री परमानंद माधवं श्री चैतन्य ईश्वरम् ओम पवित्रो पवित्रो वा सर्वावस्थं गतोऽपि वा यत्स्मरेत् पुण्डरीकाक्षं साभ्याभ्यन्तरं चिन्तयेत् श्री विष्णु श्री विष्णु श्री विष्णु चेतोदर्पणमर्दनं भवमहाद्वारनिर्वापनं श्रेयकैव चन्द्रकान्तकरणं विद्यावधूजीवनम् आनन्दाम्बुधिवर्धनं प्रतिपदं पूर्णामृतस्वादनं सर्वात्मसमनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्ण संकीर्तनं नाम नामकारि बहुलानि सर्वशक्ति तत्राकृपा नियमिता स्मरणेन कालः एकादशी तव कृपा भगवन् नमामि दुर्दैवं निदृशं यजाननाः त्रिनादपि सुनिचेना तरोरपि सहिष्णुना अमानीन आनन्देन कीर्तनेन सदानति न धनं न जलं न सुन्दरीं कवितां वाचरधीशकामणे मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे भवतात् भक्तिरहैतुकी त्वयि अयि नन्दतनुजकिङ्करं पतितमानुषणे भवाङ्कुशो कृपया तव पादपङ्कजसधूलिससर्षं विचिन्तया नयनं करदश्रुलायया वदनं गद्गदरुधारयिरा कुलकेशुतं वपुकदा तव नाम ग्रहणे भविष्यति युगायितं निमिषेण चक्षुषा प्रवशायितं शून्यायितं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्दविरहेण मे आश्लिष्य वा पादरतं विनस्तु मामायुषां ब्रह्मतां करोतु वा यथा तथा भगवतो लभतो मत्प्राणास्तु देवनाभः हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे Hare Krishna. We'll wait for some more time until others come, then we'll do your thing. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Looks like everybody is in New Year mood. Hare Krishna. Bhagavad Gita 14.19. Nanyam gunebhya kartaram. Nanyam gunebhya kartaram. Yada drasthanu pashyati. Yada drasthanu pashyati. गुणेभ्यश्च परं वेत्ति गुणेभ्यश्च परं param veti.
गुणेभ्यश्च परं वेत्ति
Madbhavam so adhigacchati.
मद्भावं सोऽधिगच्छति
Madbhavam so adhigacchati.
मद्भावं सोऽधिगच्छति
Nanyam gunebhya kartaram.
नान्यं गुणेभ्यः कर्तारं
Yada drashtanupashyati.
यदा द्रष्टानुपश्यति
Gunebhyascha param vetti.
गुणेभ्यश्च परं वेत्ति
Madbhavam so adhigacchati.
मद्भावं सोऽधिगच्छति
No, Anyam, other, Gunebhya, then the qualities, Kartaram, performer, Yada, when, Drasta, is here, Anupashyati, sees properly, Gunebhya, to the modes of nature, Cha, and, Param, transcendental, Veti, knows, Madbhavam, to my spiritual nature, Sa, he, Adhigacchati, is promoted. Translation and purport by Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta, Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. It's Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta, Saraswati Thakur Goswami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation, please repeat after me. When one properly sees that in all activities, no other performer is at work, than these modes of nature, and he knows the Supreme Lord, who is transcendental to all these modes, he attains my spiritual nature. Hare Krishna. So Lord Krishna is so beautifully explaining how to see the world. There are only two things to see. There is Purusha and there is Prakriti. We should be able to see these two things very clearly. So there is that Purusha for whom this whole world is created. And that is that Prakriti which is making all of us dance. Right? Who is doing everything here in this material world? Who is inducing to do? Are these three modes? They are pushing us. Every single person is being pushed in different ways by these three modes. None of us are, can escape from it. None of us can. And they will influence us. But a devotee is somebody who takes complete shelter of the Supreme Lord and decides to transcend these three modes. Let's see the purport of Prabhupada. Please, everybody focus. One can transcend all the activities of the modes of material nature simply by understanding them properly, by learning from the proper souls. The real spiritual master is Krishna and is imparting the spiritual knowledge to Arjuna. Similarly, it is from those who are fully in Krishna consciousness that one has to learn the science of activities in terms of the modes of nature. Otherwise, one's life will be misdirected. By the instruction of a bona fide spiritual master, a living entity can know of his spiritual position, his material body, his senses, how he is entrapped and how he is under the spell of the material modes of nature. He is helpless, being in the grip of these modes. But when he can see his real position, then he can attain to the transcendental platform. Having the scope for spiritual life, actually, the living entity is not the performer of different activities. He is forced to act because he is situated in a particular type of body, conducted by some particular mode of material nature. Unless one has the help of the spiritual authority, he cannot understand what his position he is actually situated. With the association of a bona fide spiritual master, he can see his real position, and by such an understanding, he can become fixed in Krishna consciousness. A man in Krishna consciousness is not controlled by the spell of material modes of nature. It has already been stated in the 7th chapter that one who has surrendered to Krishna is relieved from the activities of material nature. For one who is able to see things as they are, the influence of material nature gradually ceases. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So, it is very difficult to see the modes in action. Very difficult. Unless we are constantly guided by a spiritual master. We are constantly guided. It's not like, oh Prabhu, I think I understand this now, I think I'm free. No, you're not free. You're free to be caught by the material notes and made to dance. You become free, like sometimes when a whole bunch of deers are running in the forest, one deer feels that, okay, let me eat a little more. And it decides to stay back. And then what happens? A lion attacks. Until it is in the herd, a lion also is thinking which one to catch. But as soon as it comes a little bit out, or even shows that it is a little disinterested or it might go later, lion immediately attacks it. You would have seen that in National Geography. Never lion will go into the herd and catch. It will always wait, which is that fellow will come out. We are also like that. The moment we come out, the moment we show any distance away from spiritual sangha, Maya is right there to catch you. Right there. And we already are suffering with a mode. Even sitting inside satsang, we are affected by a mode. Somebody is affected by mode of ignorance, somebody is affected by mode of passion, somebody is affected by mode of goodness. We are already affected. Already Maya is also playing with us inside the satsang. But when we are between devotees, Maya, even though she tries to pull us into some wrong thoughts and activities, devotees stop us. It's like a beautiful system of, antivirus, whatever way you call it. Right? This is the safeguard. Otherwise, we are all vulnerable. Don't think, I'm sitting here, kuch Turum Khan ban gaya, kuch nahi. The moment I leave all of you and go on the road, khatam, Maya will catch me. The moment I say, I think I can figure out my life. The moment I say that I think I can protect myself, khatam, Maya ko wahi malum karna tha. Who is that fellow? She's waiting right there. Today is 31st January. 31st December. 31st December. The whole country or world is celebrating what? Happy? New Year. I know it's New Year, but I don't know about the happy thing. We always say that prefix, right? Happy New Year. Bol de. Happy New Year. Bol. Happy New Year. Let us say that it has to be happy. But if you really think about it, I was thinking, the other day I went to a medical shop to take some drugs. And he gave me, and I just saw the reverse. But that's the normal thing we do. When is the expiry date? Then I was thinking about New Year. Tell me, if drugs are living entities, if all those drugs, paracetamol, all those drugs are living entities, how will they feel about the New Year? They'll feel nice or bad? Scared, right? Because what will happen with every passing year? Expiry date is coming here. Every drug has got expiry date. So if drugs will not tell each other, hey, paracetamol, happy New Year. Hey, Crocin, happy. Kahan happy? What is there to be happy? With every passing year, I am coming close to the expiry date. After that, I will be thrown into dustbin without any use. So that might be matter, but what are we? Our bodies, what are we? Matter only, right? We are also packets of medicine with the expiry date. So what is there to be happy about Happy New Year? Just think about it. If you really think, well, there's nothing to be happy about it. I'm one more year close to death. This is 2023. It's 2023 and I don't know, I don't want to point, but anybody in 2033 is going? Somebody here might be going in 2033. Will that fellow be happy? If we're going to Prabhu 2023 happy, I can't happy. Only 10 years are left, you are already taking one. Huh? The thing is that we are forgetting. We are forgetting that we all have expiry date and there is nothing to be happy about a Happy New Year. प्रभु स्पिरिचुअलिटी में तुम लोग हमेशा ऐसे करते हो, कचरा कर देते हो, इतना अच्छा मोमेंट है, इसको भी मार दिया। नहीं, मारने की जरूरत नहीं है। It can be a Happy New Year, right? Just now I heard the song of Ratang Prabhu, Mataji's father. He wrote a song on Happy New Year, and he's singing in what is that place? On the streets of राजपुरा, ये सिंगिंग हिंदी में गा रहे हैं, आओ कृष्ण के साथ गाओ, कृष्ण के साथ, यही न्यू ईयर है, all that. That is happy new year. Happy new year is only applicable to devotees. Why? Because devotees sit on 31st December and they are planning for the next year. Again, they have some activity in the next year. For a soul, for somebody who recognizes the soul, there is no meaning to Happy New Year. Because soul never takes birth. Soul never dies. आत्मा कभी मरता नहीं है, कभी जीता नहीं है. न जायते मृते वा कदाचित् नायं भूत्वा भवितव्यो अजो नित्य शाश्वतो यं पुराणो न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे. My sharira is going, not me. Krishna is telling. So for a soul, there is no meaning to Happy New Year. For somebody who thinks he is a body, if he is celebrating Happy New Year, he is the biggest fool. Somebody who is sitting on the branch and cutting the branch. You see that cartoon? In the younger days, we used to see, right? So this fellow is like that only. He is spending his fortune. He is spending 20, 30, 40, 50,000 rupees today night in a club and doing what? Cutting that branch. So that fellow is going to die. He is just inviting, I am going to die, I am coming closer, let's celebrate. Happy New Year. There is no meaning to that. Because he recognizes with the body. The one who recognizes the soul, there is no meaning to Happy New Year because he never took birth. But for a devotee, there is a meaning of Happy New Year. Because Happy New Year is a time for planning. Yesterday night, some of us, we just sat, Prabhuji called for his children's birthday. All the elder kids, parents, some of us assembled in a discussion. Prabhu, next year, क्या करना है? We are planning the whole year. पूरा साल, हवा में. Prabhu, Janmashtami, how should we do? Rath Yatra, how should we do? This time Rath Yatra is coming on Sunday. Should we do on Monday? No, we should do on Sunday. Which communities we should do? How many communities? Prabhu, this time how many communities? 16 communities. 18 communities. So 18 Rath Yatras. Hari Bol. I can Happy New Year. Discussing. How should we do Ram Navami? How should we do Janmashtami? How should we do Gaur Purnima? Nityanand Tradesh is coming on a weekday. Right? How many of you opened the ISKCON calendar and saw all the festivals of next year? देखो भाई, वही करना है अपने को. Our business is that only. Right? I always check. As soon as December comes, next year का पूरा किधर है? चिटा खोल के. Where, what I should do, where I should do, when we can conduct a yatra, when we can go on some yatra, when we can conduct a festival. How many more runs to make? So many more what? Now we have another festival, January 22nd.
Yes.
January 22nd celebrate कर रहे हैं यार?
कर रहे हैं.
है क्या नहीं? बोलो जय श्री राम! जय श्री राम! जय श्री राम! My Lord Ram is coming back.
Yes.
He is coming back. एक एक को पकड़ के भक्त बनाएंगे. कुछ गलत बोला ना.
500 years of struggle. After 500 years.
500 years of struggle.
Krishna also should come back soon.
Yes. एक बार राम आ गए, कृष्ण भी आएंगे.
5 years में
कृष्ण के बाद गौरांग महाप्रभु भी आएंगे. सब आएंगे एक के बाद एक. अब कोई नहीं रोक सकता. जिस दिन सनातनी जाग गया, हर एक का बैंड बजेगा. Right? And that time has come. Now we all should be proud, unhesitantly, undisputedly, without any thought, we should celebrate these days. It's a great day in the history of this planet. Mukkoti Devatas will be in Ayodhya that day. Lord Shiva will not be in Kashi that day. He will be in Ayodhya. And at the border of Ayodhya, one personality will be standing. Who is that? Hanuman. Pavan Putra Hanuman ki. He will hold his hands like this and invite every person, please come for the coronation ceremony of my dear Lord. Come to Ayodhya. Such a moment. Such a moment. It gives goosebumps to even think about it. That finally in this country, Narendra Modi has done it. कम से कम एक ने तो अपने माँ का दूध पिया है और दिखा रहा है. Yes, without any hesitation. All spiritual institutions around the planet are proud of Narendra Modi. There can be thousands of differences in some high-level philosophy here and there. That's okay. We are all together celebrating the coronation of Lord Ram. And just not India, Indonesia is celebrating.
Yes.
Malaysia is celebrating. So many countries around the world are celebrating. Saudi Arabia is celebrating the coronation of Lord Ram. Because who is Lord Ram? कौन है लॉर्ड राम? अहम सर्वस्व प्रभो मत्ता सर्वं प्रवर्तते इति मत्वा धन्ते मां बुधा भाव समन्वितः. He is the supreme personality of Godhead who walked on this planet. But why did this happen that some Mughal fellow came and removed the temple? It's a pastime. He wants all of his devotees to reassemble again. For that he disappears and he appears again. यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य संभवः तदात्मनं सुजानः परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे. He is coming back. He is going to establish dharma. राम राज्य फिर चालू होगा. Of this there is no doubt. He is coming. We all have to play that role. We all are MPs and MLAs of the Ram Rajya. We have to implement his plans all over the world. In whichever community you are, please do something on Jan 22nd. I have already planned. In my community, the management committee themselves asked me, are you going to do something? Because anyway, they know that I'll come and are you going to do something? Yes, I'm going to do. Right? So we are going to do. What am I planning? I'll share what am I planning. I'm planning to get a cow and walk around the entire complex 3 times doing bhajan of Lord Ram. That Lord Ram has come back. Right? And we are going to do Pushpabhishekam of the deities. Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman. Raja Ramesh Prabhu's house or whichever deities are available. And we're going to do Ram Katha in English and in Telugu in 2 different halls. Halls are already booked. Karna. Right? I've invited Bhagwan Prabhu to speak in Telugu. I'll speak in English in 2 different halls parallelly. Whoever has to hear will hear. We'll do Ram Bhajan. We'll celebrate the appearance of Lord Ram. Everybody will light diyas around your house. And it will be a Deepavali. It will be a Deepavali. Very good. Should do that. This is called Happy New Year. For us, there is a Happy New Year. Right? Devotees have every right to celebrate Happy New Year because our next year is definitely going to be happy. How many festivals we have? Apne paas?
So many.
So many. If you see the ISKCON calendar, every day is a festival. Today is also a festival. The disappearance of His Divine Grace, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Maharaj, right? The great Simha Guru. Simha Guru. He would defeat people straight on their face without any compromise. People would be scared to come in front of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati and speak any nonsense. I am God, you are God, he is God, this God, that God. He will be literally smashed. And whom did he defeat? The greatest of the Pandits he defeated. In those days, there was a conference that was organized, and Bhaktivinoda Thakur was supposed to go to that conference. But he fell sick. Then he asked his son, Bimal Prasad, as well as Bimal Prasad, is Bhakti Siddhanta. He was given he had done Surya Siddhanta, degree in Surya Siddhanta, so knowledgeable. And he was asked to come and address. And not much preparation, he came. And he started speaking there. And all the Brahmanas there were ready to defeat the whole propaganda of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Bhaktivinoda Thakur told Vaishnava is the greatest. More than any Brahman, more than any all these Chatur Varnas on one side. Vaishnava is the greatest. But they were quoting from so many scriptures. Brahmana is important. Then the definition of Brahmana was redefined by Bhakti Siddhanta. Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur just came on the stage and he spoke such eloquently, quoting from all scriptures, Puranas, Itihasas, Samhitas, Upanishads. The Brahmanas were just shocked, and he just proved right in front of them that anybody who worships the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is the most important person, irrespective of whether he is a Brahmana or a Vaishya or a Shudra or any of these things. Our Sanatana Dharma never kept any external aspect of a person higher than the devotional aspect. Never. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur himself was a very, highly revolutionary person. And so was Advaita Acharya, right at the top, in the Panchatattva. He worshipped, he coronated, literally the greatest Brahmin on the entire Bharatvarsha is Haridas Thakur. And Haridas Thakur was a Mohammedan. And he said, he is Namachari Haridas Thakur and he is the greatest. So our Vaishnava Sampradaya is so great. And today we are celebrating the disappearance of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. And what was the separation that our Srila Prabhupada felt of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati on this day? When he got the news that his Guru Maharaj is no more. Okay? But he did not leave the order of his Guru Maharaj. He holded that order as his life and soul. For how many years? More than 50-60 years. Right? He did not leave that order. What was the order? Please distribute this knowledge to the Western world in English language. Right? He did not. And whenever you have money, print books and distribute books. Did Bhaktivedanta Swami even forget that order for a minute? Even on his deathbed, before he was leaving the body, he was still translating in English language. Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 13th chapter, he was still translating, right? And then when he stopped speaking, that was the time he actually stopped speaking. Until his last word, he was translating Bhagavatam, the order of his spiritual master. And the whole credit he gave to his spiritual master. Whole credit. Whatever we see as ISKCON society, Prabhupada never told, I have done it. It's my Guru Maharaj. It's my Guru Maharaj's mercy. Right? That is the greatness of an Acharya, that he never takes credit. And because of Srila Prabhupada, we are able to talk about this great philosophy here. Right? The other day I was watching a small video in that, I think Amok Leela Prabhu was saying that somebody asked Prabhupada, why do you keep your head like this and walk? Then whenever Prabhupada walks, like this he walks. Have you seen that? Yeah. Like this he walks. So somebody asked, Swamiji, why do you keep your head high? He said, because my philosophy is the highest. Prabhupada had that perfect answer for a perfect question. Because ours is the greatest philosophy. So I'm keeping my head high. Right? Yeah. We'll sing a bhajan of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Something we should sing to transcend the three modes. I thought we should sing this bhajan. It's been a long time I sang this bhajan. So please forgive me if I'm not able to sing properly. Amara Jivan Sada Pape Satya Nahiko Punyera Lesha 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 Hare that we sing of Vaishnava Acharyas, they are actually very personal reciprocations with the Supreme Lord. It's not like yeah, we'll read. I'm giving a preface before the translation. Because when you read the translation, I want you to understand why the translation is like that. Because it might be bewildering for many, especially this bhajan. It's a very personal exchange of emotions between a devotee and the Supreme Lord. We should never think that Bhaktivinoda Thakur knows that after 100 years of his departure, some people will sit in Bhakti Center and read it. No, he's not writing that bhajan with that thought. He's crying and he's putting forward his plea in front of the Supreme Lord. It's actually very personal. Something that when we are in difficulty, we go in front of the altar and we speak to the Lord. Some of us do that, right? We all have done it sometime, in some way. Those things are not recorded. What great Vaishnavas do, they kind of write it down, they pen it down, and they keep the bhajan with them. And we are so fortunate that these bhajans are accessible to us. Amara Jivan Sada Pape Rata Nahiko Punyera Lesha Parere Udvega Diachi Je Koto Diachi Jivera Klesha. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying this. Please repeat after me. I am an impious sinner. And have caused others great anxiety and trouble. Who is saying this? Bhaktivinoda is saying. So never forget that. It's not fake humility. He actually is feeling it from his heart. Nija sukha lagi pape nahi dhori doyahina swartha paro pare para sukha dukhi sada mithya bhashi para dukha sukha karo. I have never hesitated to perform sinful act for my own enjoyment. Devoid of all compassion. Concerned only with my own selfish interests. And remorseful. Seeing others happy. I am a perpetual liar. And the misery of others is a source of great pleasure for me. Ashesha Kamana Hridi Mache Mora Krodhi Dambha Parayana Madamata Sada Vishaya Mohita Himsa Garva Bhushana. The material desires within the core of my heart are unlimited. I am wrathful, devoted to false pride and arrogance, intoxicated by vanity and bewildered by worldly affairs. Envy and egotism are the ornaments I wear. Nidralasya hata sukhera virata akare udyogi ami. Pratishtha lagiya sathya acharana lobha hata sada kami. Ruined by laziness and sleep, I resist all pious deeds. Yet I am very active and enthusiastic to perform wicked acts. For worldly fame and reputation, I engage in the practice of deceitfulness. Thus I am destroyed by my own greed and am always lustful. Eh hona durjana sajjana varjita aparadhi nirantara subha karya shunya sadhanartha mana nana dukhe jara jara. A vile, wicked man, such as this, rejected by godly people, is a constant offender. I am such a person, devoid of all good works, forever inclined towards evil, worn out and wasted by various miseries. Bhardakya ek hona, upaya vihina, tate dina akinchana, bhakti vinoda, prabhura charane, kore dukha nivedana. Now in old age, deprived of all means of success, humbled and poor, Bhakti Vinoda submits his tale of grief at the feet of the Supreme Lord. Hare Krishna. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki. Prabhus, if this is the mode we sincerely carry, we are not trying to enact. We have to introspect in our lives. If this is a mode we are truly carrying in our devotional life, where we are able to recognize the thoughts in ourselves, right? We are able to recognize how vulnerably we are situated in this material world. Then the three modes of material nature cannot affect us. Right? What was the verse we just chanted? Krishna is telling, when one properly sees that in all activities, no other performer is at work than these three modes of nature, and he knows the Supreme Lord who is transcendent into all these three modes, he attains my spiritual nature. This is possible only when you are hearing from such great acharyas who are showing that what worse a person can do in this world. And they themselves are putting, can anybody write this for himself? Bhaktivinoda Thakur is writing this, and he just wrote it and kept in his almara, maybe in his box, in his place. And today we are singing this, right? Is it a poem that glorifies him? If externally this poem is sent to, some hospital, people will come and arrest that fellow. Some bad fellow has written this. Some psychiatric problems are there. Who will write such a thing? That I'm lustful, I'm greedy, I'm impious, I'm a sinner. What did he leave in speaking? Parasukha dukhi. Not paradukha dukhi. Parasukha dukhi. Right? That if he is laughing, I'm upset. How can he laugh? And paradukha sukhi. If that fellow is in misery, once again. What kind of a psycho can he be? And an acharya is writing that. And acharya, it's not about anything. Acharya, we don't sing this bhajan quite often because not everybody can understand this mood. I would say when you're chanting good number of rounds, we can understand the mood of the acharya. Otherwise, people can see it as cheap humility also. It is not cheap humility. It's the highest devotion. Highest devotion. Just like when Sudama Vipra, when he went to meet Krishna, he was also feeling something like this. What do I deserve to come here, Krishna? What do I deserve to get from you? I don't want anything. And Krishna is taking him and keeping him on the throne. On the throne. And then gives him whatever, right? That's the greatness of devotion. Prabhu, this mode when we are able to see only faults in us, this mode where we are only able to see greatness of our gurus, greatness of all the gurus, then we have a chance of transcending the modes of material nature. Otherwise, we cannot. Even if we have 0.01 pride that we have achieved something in our spiritual life, 0.01 pride, not saying 1%, 0.01%. मैं कुछ उखाड़ दिया, in ISKCON I've done something, right? Or in satsang I've done something, or in my congregation I've done something. We have no chance. We have no chance of understanding the mode of the acharyas. We have no chance of going back to Krishna. Prabhupada gave 100%. actually more than 100% credit, when somebody asked Prabhupada, that Bhaktivinoda Thakur could have taken this Hare Krishna movement around the planet. He was an eloquent writer. He has written so many books. He could have taken this movement around the Western world also. Then Prabhupada so humbly he told, he left that duty. It is some service for all of us. Actually, he told for me. He told me. He left some service for me. Huh? Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So that was the humility of Prabhupada. So even if we are getting a service, don't think that the person giving service cannot do and you are getting that service. Don't be that illusion. Right? Prabhu, you are because you know what will happen? We, after doing the service, are looking for that recognition. Right? Somebody has to, like for example, today you gave a lecture. Nobody called you after that. I did Kirtan also. Nobody called me after that. So where is that Kirtan going? Where is that class going? Huh? What is your mindset after doing all? I did book distribution and sent pictures also. All pictures, at least one. वो तो चिपका दो यार, कुछ तो करो. मेरा फोटो वहां पे लावारिस की तरफ पड़ा है. कुछ तो चिपका दो. है कि नहीं? So the whole mood is about fame, name, and entrepreneurs. Why do we share pictures? You might ask Prabhu, then why do we share pictures? To motivate others. We make these videos, we make these pictures to motivate others so that they can come to Devotion. Not to be motivated by others. Saying that, Prabhu, we have to do our service. Prabhupada never got this when he established this class. He had nobody. In fact, people are doubting, standing beside Prabhupada. Swamiji, what is this international you are writing? We are only in New York City. We are just 14 of us, 13 of us. And the international society for Krishna consciousness. And Prabhupada never got thumbs up or this. It was like, Jai Prabhupada. My Gurudev asked me to come here and spread this Western knowledge and spread the Vedic knowledge to the West, and I am doing that. And it is an international society. Right? Nityananda Prabhu already predicted that this Hare Krishna movement, the Sankirtan will go to every part and every nook and corner, every street of the world. So I am just creating a society that will send it there. International Society for Krishna Consciousness. If you really think about it, really meditate on that word, on the name of the institution. If anybody does it today, usko pagal hi bolenge na? Right? Think about something else that you have achieved in life. You know how to make vada pav. And then you go to registrar of companies here. International Society for Vada Pav Makers. Yeah, pagal ho gaya. Are you gone mad or what? Isn't it? Nobody does that. Nobody. But that madness is needed in Krishna consciousness. And Prabhupada is teaching us that I am mad for Krishna. I am mad for my Guru. He is teaching us through the example. Go mad. Don't think small. Our Acharya has never thought small. Anything, he has not thought small. When he wanted to translate, he could have said, Bhagavad Gita translated, it's enough. No, Bhagavatam. 18,000 verses. And he's traveling around the world. 70 plus years. And what scripture is he choosing? Bhagavatam. And in between Bhagavatam, he gets a heart attack. He almost dies. Then immediately decides, no, I'll finish the 10th canto now. Immediately finish the entire 10th canto. 90 plus chapters. He makes Krishna book. He says, okay, now if I die, no problem. Right? Again he starts translating Bhagavatam. In between again he feels, what if I leave this planet without giving the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? He calls his disciples, Idhar Dravida Prabhu, those BBT, Lilananda Goswami, they brings all them. Okay, I'm going to translate Chaitanya Charitamrita. They are looking at it. What is this? What is They don't know what is Chaitanya Charitamrita. It is so many number of verses, so many number of books. You have to do it immediately. If there is urgency, 3 months. Huh? 3 months? Yes, in 3 months, they should be printed and it should be released. Prabhu, even in today's day and time, with so many artificial intelligence tools to translate your words into your speech into words and then correct them, and with ChatGPT, I don't know what all tools we have, doing what Prabhupada was asking was impossible. I think it was Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj said, this is impossible. Prabhupada, this is impossible. What did Prabhupada tell? Anybody? Impossible is a word in a fool's dictionary. Wow. Prabhupada has an answer for everything. Everybody is looking at each other. Correct? Let's do it. Because Swamiji is asking. Yes, Prabhu. Rameshwar Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Rameshwar Prabhu is telling. Rameshwar Prabhu ki.
Jai.
Great disciples. And it's not like, Prabhupada is sitting in Bhakti Center and is writing one by one Adi Parva, then what is it? Adi Lila, Madhya Lila. 2 days he is in Bhakti Center, 2 days he is in Delhi, 2 days he is in Cambodia, 2 days he is in USA, 2 days he is in Japan, 2 days he is in China. And it's not like there was an email system that, he'll finish it and it will all come there in one centralized location. Is there where all the translation is going on. They are getting the transcript, sometimes they are getting the second transcript before the first transcript. Right? And those dictaphone tapes. Right? And sometimes Prabhupada's voice is not clear. Sometimes his language, his accent is not able to, it's not easy to recognize. You can't imagine what they were going through. And in one centralized place, they are getting all these tapes and they are sitting and they are working day and night, putting together that set that you can see in front of them. That Chaitanya Charitamrita. Those 9 books in 3 months. Huge purpose. Prabhupada, whatever he wanted to give, he gave in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Especially the first Adi Lila, first book. If you can finish it, Nitai Gaur Premanande. It's like one verse and a small book. One verse and a small book. Small book means what? That's a big purpose. It's literally finishing a small book in between. Right? So much, he poured out everything that Mahaprabhu had to give. Right? And in 3 months, Prabhupada finished. He finished before 3 months. But in 3 months, his disciple comes in front of him. Maharaj, your Chaitanya Charitamrita is ready. Very well. And one devotee went and sold it also. Because they know how to please Prabhupada. Can you imagine what he would have told to sell Chaitanya Charitamrita in the Western world when they don't know Krishna? What to speak of Sri Krishna Chaitanya? And that is all Bengali. Right? Written by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. You really have to be an excellent book distributor to go and sell Chaitanya Charitamrita, which is just released. Like it's not like bestseller, or it's not like something that people know, the world knows. You went and sold it. Prabhupada, we sold Chaitanya Charitamrita. Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada. Other devotees are like, we are under pressure. BBT is printing Chaitanya Charitamrita. Taka. Continuous. And I heard from my spiritual master, Radhanath Swami Maharaj, that in those days, when Prabhupada was translating the books, each chapter would come like a separate book, it seems. Right? So, for example, he is translating 6th canto of Bhagavatam, 6th canto, first chapter. As soon as Prabhupada translates the first chapter, that first chapter will be printed like a small book, it will go to all temples. And for them, it is like a festival every time a small book comes. Right? It's like almost like a magazine that is coming. And as soon as that book comes, the temple president will call everybody, chalo, everybody come and sit. Our book has come. And they'll read the entire, book. It's like a festival when Prabhupada was translating one by one. And Chaitanya Charitamrita came. So it was like Chaitanya Charitamrita book is coming. It was not going like a whole full book. You're understanding, right? One chapter is a book. So that will go. And then immediately they'll read. They all are so eager to hear from Prabhupada. Right? Entire world, all the temples around the world, 108 temples, they're eager to hear what Prabhupada has written now. And sometimes some chapter ends with a suspense. And then, like, what is it? The king who enjoys with Urvashi.
Aila Gita.
Aila Gita. But before that,
It is I think
in the second canto or third canto.
two different cantos.
Yeah. So it's like this king wanted to enjoy and he enjoyed with Urvashi. The chapter ends there. And everybody is thinking, how come this is the conclusion of Bhagavatam? When is the next chapter coming? Right? The next chapter comes after a week. Till then they are thinking, what is it going to be? What is it going to be? And then finally, after a few cantos, that chapter comes, where he goes to Urvashi back and Urvashi says, I don't want to see your face. Then he becomes dejected. That king, he sees the Supreme Personality of Godhead. To see the Supreme Personality of God is not easy. To see Lord Narayan is not easy. And Narayan comes in front of him and what does he ask? I want Urvashi. Just imagine. And he gets Urvashi. But then he gets vexed up after some time. Then he understands what is the purpose of life. But that comes later on. For us it is so easy, right? You've got a Bhagavatam whole set. We are selling Bhagavatam sets, right? They take the whole set. Your whole suspense is already revealed. Everything is nicely printed. Everything is nicely covered. Still we don't open. That's a different thing. Bhagavatams are shining in devotees' houses. Not because, they are shining with happiness. Plastic cover. The plastic cover is shining. Can you do one thing? Everybody go home and tear that cover. Yarn is important. Right? Let 2024 not have Bhagavatams with covers in your house. 2024, all Bhagavatam covers should be removed. Haribol? Haribol. Simple cover. Right? If they are not doing, you go to their house and tear it. But tear those covers. Because it's like, our Acharya has given his life and you are keeping that inside that cover. Adi open chestarante, there is a chance that one day you will fall on the ground, book will fall on the ground, it will open. If it is covered, there is no chance of opening, right? Just imagine you, dumb, and then Puranjana story is there. Indavattava, Pichoda. Right? There has to be some, we should allow the Bhagavatam to talk to us. How will the Bhagavatam talk if you cover it and seal it and keep it? BBT packed it for a different reason, not for you to keep it like that. BBT packed because the quality has to be maintained. But, we cannot, I know we are qualitatively same, quantitatively less, but quality, you can change a little. You can remove the cover. Radha Gopinath Prabhu said, every time he goes to anybody's house, he looks at the Bhagavatam set. Every time, where is your Bhagavatam set? There, Ahya Krishna. You can tear it and read. How many here are reading Bhagavatam every day? Lift your hand. ऊपर जोर से उठाओ मतलब ले पढ़ खाना मारते रहते every day हरि बोल वो बोला हरि बोल yes every day once in a week some more hands yes once in a week once in a week sometimes when you fall అంటే గువ్వ గిల్లు అన్నట్టు అవుతుంది జీవితంలో either husband or wife or boss or neighbor, somebody will slap you loudly. Then you go to Bhagavatam. How many? Then both the countries. Right? So, some other way. 2024, let it be a year that you are heading strongly towards, finishing Bhagavatam. You get a lot of satisfaction. The other day, Mataji was asking, what do you feel when you finish Bhagavatam? She was asking. Beautiful question. Right? We should be fortunate. Everybody come and little from the front. थोड़ा आगे आ जाओ. Right? We all should read Bhagavatam. And it's very much possible to finish Bhagavatam. Huh? It's very much possible. The only thing you need is determination to finish it. You should motivate each other. Tag yourself along with another devotee who is reading. That's the best way to do it. I tag myself along with another devotee. I used to tell, Sudama Gopal Prabhu used to tell, Prabhu, I'm reading. And then Prabhu used to tell, Prabhu, a canto no. So as soon as I used to finish that canto, I used to send him a message, Prabhu, fourth canto over. Haribol, come on, keep going. Right? So, some motivation, some exchange. You can tag yourself along with another devotee and start reading Bhagavatam. You can do that. Huh? Bhagavatam circles. But your own personal reading also. And another thing that happened, when I started reading Bhagavatam, and I was going to 6th, 7th, 8th canto, my wife started reading Bhagavatam that time. And then my father started reading Bhagavatam. And at one time, it's like Bhagavatam book. I think around 10th canto or something. You finish and give it to me. Because you're already reading. There is a competition, there is an inspiration that comes inside the home. And you start reading it. Yeah, it happens. It's a good situation, right? In the morning breakfast table you'll meet. Today you are not touching the book, I am reading. Again. So it's a good thing to happen. And you'll finish at the entire Bhagavatam set. And that day you'll feel a lot of satisfaction. Right? When you come to the 12th canto, you really feel why the 12th canto is so small. You see the book at the top, rightmost corner? That is 12th canto. So small, so thin. Parva canto though, it will just get over. There's like a small book. You are done. But after you finish it, you get the blessings of Prabhupada. You get the blessings of all the acharyas. That was the whole purpose, right? Why it was translated? So that all of us can read it. Then start Chaitanya Charitamrita. Hare Krishna. Chaitanya Leela is another level. I always stop it in between. I'm struggling. Frankly, I'm admitting I'm struggling. I hear Chaitanya Charitamrita. I love to hear Chaitanya Charitamrita. Lectures on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Very nectarian. But reading it sometimes, because the purports are so big. Sometimes two purports, as if I've read two books, then I keep it aside. Then there is a gap. So we have to read it. And that is the only way to transcend the three modes of material nature. Right? Getting up at the right time, chanting at the right time, discipline in spiritual life, very important. Without discipline, there is no disciplining succession. There is no disciplining succession. There is no discipline, right? We have to make a choice. Sometimes some devotee has to push you. Recently, I heard a lecture from Amrendra Prabhu. So inspiring. Krishna, it was so inspiring. They told you have to be disciplined. Everybody is disciplined to achieve something in life. How can you not be disciplined? How can you chant your rounds in the night? How can you chant your rounds in the afternoon? Hare, how can you not hear Bhagavatam? How can you not hear from your Guru? How can you not practice spiritual life in a proper way? We keep hearing this many times, but sometimes it hits you. So that little kick came to me. And suddenly I woke up. My mother was shocked. So, kya ho gaya? Subah subah ho gaya. It's nice. Finishing your rounds before the sun rises. Very good. So nice. Before the sun. Amrendra Prabhu said, Surya Narayan is coming. You want to show your feet to him by sleeping on the bed? You should get up and welcome Surya Narayan. Right? कभी-कभी लगता है ना, तब सुनाई देता है. Yes, you should do that. It's possible. But I'm telling you, please pray for me that I will continue that practice sometime or continue forever. But it's a very good feeling. Suddenly, my whole day is available for me. The day you finish your rounds before 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock, your entire day is available for you to hear. Automatically your hearing improves, your reading improves, your association improves, your Krishna consciousness improves. As soon as you finish your morning sadhana properly. And doing arti in the morning, sansara dava, nalanida loka, right? Doing arti in the morning. And then you suddenly have time to hear from your guru. Till yesterday it was not there because your rounds are pending. Right? So Acharyas have told this all for a reason. That we have to become disciplined in spiritual life. Even conducting a class, be disciplined. Even attending a class, be disciplined. Right? If you are not disciplined, then enthusiasm will not come. We will lose enthusiasm. We'll start procrastinating. We'll start postponing. There will not be any activeness. Activeness comes when you are disciplined and you are achieving something in it. Right? So let's help each other. I'm not telling that I'm not struggling. I'm struggling. So please help me. And let us help each other becoming disciplined in spiritual life. Discipline has got one aspect is time. Am I on time at a place? That is only one aspect. Right? Other discipline part is your feeling of being surrendered. That is also discipline. I want to be surrendered to a guru. That is very important. If you're not disciplined, you can't achieve anything in life. And when you are disciplined, when you're not disciplined, then the three modes of mental nature will hit you. But when you are disciplined, like Haridas Thakur, even Mayadevi could not do anything. He said, I have to finish my round before I talk to you. He cheated Mayadevi. Mayadevi cheats the whole world. Haridas Thakur cheated Mayadevi. He said, you wait, I'll finish my rounds. And she actually felt maybe, okay, he'll finish his rounds. And he never finished his rounds. Right? Hare Krishna. Haridas Thakur ki. How can anybody do that? I mean, Mayadevi, how distracting she can be. Personified Mayadevi. She appears in a lonely place, very chanting in a cave. And he comes there and says, okay, I want to enjoy you. And Haridas Thakur is saying, my rounds are pending. And, I mean, we can just hear the story and say, "Okay, chalega," lekin bahut dangerous. And one other thing that really is working is, Amarendra Prabhu said that we all have, at least each one of us has one Apsara on mobile phone. And the Apsara dances very nicely. I'm not dancing like her, but she'll make you dance. If you keep that mobile phone beside you, it's like Urvashi sitting beside and you're chanting. Menaka sitting beside and chanting. Right? Is it possible? It's not possible. You can't do that. So let that Apsara sit in another room. Keep it away. Let it get charged in another room. Keep the charger, keep it there. And you sit here and chant. It actually helps. It actually helps. It's helping me. Right? So from the time I started keeping the mobile phone in another room, it should be accessible. Then you will actually finish your rounds. 16 rounds, you will feel no pain, no disturbance in finishing it. Right? Tomorrow is the first day of the year. Why don't we all get up early, provided I stop early? And I will stop early. We all get up early and finish our rounds. First day of the year, finish our rounds. Right? And some of us are going to Balaji temple tomorrow morning. So you're all welcome. Silpur Balaji, not Visa Balaji. Our visa is Goloka visa. We don't want that third class visa. Right? So we'll all go to Balaji temple. From there, I invite all of you. Please come to my little place that I've created, Vaiku Seva Kunj, in your all service. Please come there. There are a few cows. We can do Gau Puja from 9 to 10. We can have breakfast. Breakfast prasadam is already planned. Shigopal Prabhu, we have complete faith in him. He'll bring the breakfast. We'll have breakfast, we'll have little Gau Puja, everybody can get your own paraphernalia, and then we'll read Bhagavatam. Right? 1 hour of Bhagavatam. Nice Kirtan. Have lunch prasadam. There are a lot of trees you can sleep under, or you can go home and sleep. Up to you. Right? So let's start our day. Let's start our day in association. It's like really a happy new year. Right? Happy to be with devotees. Otherwise, it will be a lazy new year. I get it? Lazy new year. Earlier, we used to do this late night kirtan on New Year's. This year, effect no, not needed. Because we anyway do it on Janmashtami, we anyway do it on other important occasions. It's like, yeah, let's also do something right. Because if we all, what will happen? We all will stay until 12 o'clock. By the time we go home and sleep, it will be 2 o'clock. You will get up at 8:30 with red eyes. And your rounds will be like Brahma's day. Till evening 6 o'clock, you are chanting Solova. Prabhu. No, that is not the way to start New Year. Again. And if some people have office next year, first day, Monday, uska to band baj gaya. Let's not do that. Let's all go early, and then next day morning we'll nicely start our day chanting our rounds. You can also chant in Balaji temple. It's a nice temple there. How many have gone to Chilkur Balaji temple? How many went to take visa? It almost became famous for that, right? Visa, they also call Visa Balaji. Hey Krishna, you want to Visa Balaji temple like that? Whoever goes there gets a visa to America, especially America, right? I used to go with my friends, long time ago. Nothing was there. That place had nothing. A small lake, and beside that temple, and there is a tree. That's all. Now it is like filled with shops and hotels and lodges and so many things. Huh? Cafe, coffee day also. Right? And then you get a slip as soon as you go inside. Slip and a stick. Right? 108 times. Ghumne ka. Balaji Pradakshina. Right? You should see the way people are running. Huh? Like they won't even chant a name, and the pujari will be sitting. Arey, Chadavandra, Peru Govinda, Chadavand. At least tell once Govinda Japandra. Indra Tirutunar, Girra. What are you achieving by that? Like, all bucket, tubuk, 108. I pay. Yanak visa go to. But you will see all that tomorrow morning also. It's okay. But we will also do pradakshina, maybe a few pradakshinas, but we'll sit there and chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Let's all go in nice dhotis, nice white dhoti, white kurta. Let the temple feel who are these people who have come early in the morning. Right? We'll tell we are the army of Srila Prabhupada. We have come here, right? And we are going to, do chanting, Harinam Sankirtan. Prabhu, can you get Mridanga also? Yeah.
Encourage Harinam.
Yeah, the pujari is very, very favorable.
Yes.
Very, very likes his devotees. There is Bhagavad Gita also inside the temple. Bhagavad Gita Yadadada. As it is, they are also kept there. Hare Krishna.
What time we are supposed to be there?
Yeah, so asking about the schedule, you can go anytime tomorrow morning, but finish your japa or try to finish how much ever you can. Reach Vaishnav Seva Kunj by 9. If you want to reach by 9, you have to leave from Chilkur Balaji at least by 8:30. It's actually only 15 minutes. From there to VSK is only 15 minutes. But it's better to leave a little early because the parking will be a big problem. It will be flooded with cars. By the time you pull yourself out, there will be local mafia also giving multiple parking tickets. Right? So you have to deal with all that. And then you have to come out. And so by 9, if you reach VSK, 9 to 10 o'clock, we can do some Gau Puja. I can spend time with the cows and have your breakfast also. Breakfast will be ready by 9:30. That is a goal. Right? So that we all can have breakfast and then read some Bhagavatam. Sitting outside, we'll read Bhagavatam, not inside. Different setup. We'll see what we can do. And then we can have lunch prasadam. We'll do New Year planning also. Next year, क्या करना है? We're going to do Rath Yatra in Prabhupada Township. Yes. And not one Rath, 3 Raths. Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra. We'll do it in that way. Kya Prabhu? Yes, we'll do it. Right? So we'll plan all those. We already have 3 Raths. I requested some devotees here to finalize the route. Who all are living locally here? Close by here? Some of you live locally here, right? Huh? Who lives in this locality? Lilananda Prabhu also lives. Prabhu, you also live here only, right? Huh. So why don't you help us final the route for Rath Yatra? We'll finalize in advance. It should be at least a good amount of crowd. It should be like, at least we should disturb 20,000 people. That is the idea. Right? So like that, the route, choose the road, and so that we'll take police permission and then we'll start the Rath Yatra. We have time, but we are planning in advance. Right? Hare Krishna. We'll chant one more verse and then we have a presentation by children. Recently they went to the Rath because they're doing all that, and I just finish it and they can do the presentation. Recently they went to Pune. Gunanetan atityatrin Dehi Deha Samudbhavan Janma Mrityu Jara Dukkhair Vimukto Amritam Ashnute Gunanetan atityatrin Dehi Deha Samudbhavan Janma Mrityu Jara Dukkhair Vimukto Amritam Ashnute. When the embodied being is able to transcend these 3 modes associated with the material body, he can become free from birth, death, old age, and their distresses, and can enjoy nectar even in this life. Hare Krishna. So he can become free from birth, death, old age, and their distresses, and can enjoy nectar even in this life. Perfect. How one can stay in the transcendental position even in this body in full Krishna consciousness is explained in this verse. The Sanskrit word dehi means embodied. Although one is within this material body, by his advancement in spiritual knowledge, he can be free from the influence of modes of nature. He can enjoy the happiness of spiritual life, even in this body, because after leaving this body, he is certainly going to the spiritual sky. But even in this body, he can enjoy spiritual happiness. In other words, devotional service in Krishna consciousness is a sign of liberation from material entanglement. And this will be explained in the 18th chapter. When one is freed from the influence of the modes of material nature, he enters into devotional service. Hare Krishna. Hare Bol. Amazing. So here, once one person went to Prabhupada and he told Prabhupada, Prabhupada, you're telling Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. You're telling people to shave their heads. You're telling people to leave meat eating, intoxication, gambling, illicit sex. You're telling people to dedicate their life for Krishna. Prabhupada, you're telling all these things, but what if there is no Krishna? You heard that, right? You know, very famous pastime. Prabhupada said, okay, even if there is no Krishna, I think we are enjoying our life. We are having prasadam. We are dancing every day, at least 3 times in a day. Darshanarti, Mangalarti, Darshanarti, Gaurarti. 3 times you are dancing. Right? And we are traveling around the world. Everybody is respecting us. And we are also respecting everybody. Huh?
We are all being good.
Yeah, we are all good.
We are being a better.
We are in a better situation than many. Even if Krishna is not there, I think our life is well lived. But what if Krishna is there? तेरा क्या होगा?
It's the entire.
Right? What if you enjoyed this entire life rejecting Krishna and at the end of the day you got to know that Krishna is there? तब क्या करेगा? Come this side, join our party, chant with us. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. By doing so, at least you're enjoying this life. I mean, I'm not saying this because I'm surrounded by devotees. At least I'm enjoying my life, Prabhu. मजा आ रहा है मेरे को जिंदगी में, है कि नहीं? Surrounded by devotees, kirtan. How many people here have tried to learn Mridanga? Lift your hand. Try तो किया यार, है कि नहीं? Try तो किया. Neighbors, कुछ trouble तो दिया. Kick किनेदा, नेदा. इतना तो किया. Some people transcended that. But some people are stuck in it, kick किनेदा, गेदा. तेरे कहता. It has to try it. मजा तो कर रहे हैं ना, है कि नहीं? My wife sings harmonium once in a while in the house. She is practicing. Whatever it is, she is doing something. Nicely. कितने लोगों के पति घर में हारमोनियम बजा रहे बताओ? वो अपने पति का बजा रहे. यहाँ पे मेरी पत्नी हारमोनियम बजा रही. एंजॉयमेंट है कि नहीं लाइफ में? बहुत एंजॉयमेंट है. बच्चे बड़े हो रहे, सारे कृष्णा बोल रहे, हर चीज में, गुस्से में भी हरि बोल में भी हरि बोल. We are enjoying some or the other. This is good life. Without this, क्या करते हम लोग? किधर जाके मरते हैं? This is nice life, right? Now recently, I saw that video. I'm going to give mic to Malin. I saw a video where some viral video went that people are getting heart attacks now and then. And this is a little serious matter. That there are some things one can do at the time just before the heart attack or just during the heart attack. Something, small things they told. How many have seen that video? There are many videos actually they're floating. Some 3-4 doctors, allopathy, Ayurveda, and even homeopathy. They told small things. If you have that in front of you, and if you take that, there is a chance you can skip it. There is a chance you can prolong that hit on you, and by the time you can reach. I'm not telling take the tablet and you are like done, or take that thing and you are done. But if you are able to do that, then you prolong, you give yourself some time, and devotees' lives are very precious. I was thinking as soon as I saw that video, devotees' lives are very precious. Immediately I called Maling and said, Prabhu, kuch karo. I am a lazy fellow. I'll see this video and sleep. Help me by making a pouch of those medicines. So Maling and Prabhu and Meera Mataji sat hours and hours and made pouches for all of us. Small pouch. 4 tablets. It's 100 rupees. Right? And please, you can pay him directly. I'll give the mic to him. Can you have a remote mic? You can stand up and speak few words. So we asked doctors, Shamala Prabhu and Karunadika Mataji, she is a cardiologist herself. What are the conditions to use this? Please hear it out.
Hare Krishna. So, for the benefit of all the devotees, we have made this pouch with some of the medicines prescribed by doctor. So, who can take this and when we should take this? When we should take this is whenever you get a heart attack. How you will know? It could be a heart attack. It could be a gas problem. So, Her Grace Karna Radhika Mataji has mercifully advised and suggested all of us that few symptoms that we can look for. So symptoms are intense pain which is very much unbearable and which is radiating towards your left side and you are sweating a lot. It's very unbearable. She told this could be symptoms of heart attack. And the other side, for the gas problem. It could be a burning sensation inside your stomach. It could be air blotting. That could be termed as a gastric problem. And it's not very intense pain, which is very unbearable, as if you are going to die or something is really choking you. So these are symptoms of gas versus real heart problem. So what you should do at that point is you should have some medicine with you till you reach the hospital. First point is you should reach the medical aid, the hospital immediately. But if it is little far or if you are not able to reach immediately, you have to take these tablets. How you should take this tablet? There is also a way. This tablet is a Disprin 325 mg, which you have to dissolve in water and take it. Or just put it in your mouth with your saliva, dissolve it and take it. And there is one more sorbitrate tablet, a small heart-shaped tablet. This you have to put under your tongue and let it dissolve and take inside. Just like giving an injection. Injection, if you give it directly, mixes with your blood. Similarly, if you just put it under your tongue, these two tablets can get into your blood and help you immediately. The other two tablets you have to just take it with the water. This will help you reach the hospital. Okay, this is not the treatment that you can take and sit home and relax. No, you have to run to the hospital. But by the time you reach the hospital, this tablet is going to help you only till that moment. Your first priority is go to hospital, but in order to help you reach the hospital, this pouch is going to help you. So that is the recommendation. And Mataji has also suggested that who must have it. Now it's good to have, and everyone can have it, but it is a must have for anyone who is above 50 years. So whoever men who are above 50 years must have it with them. If you or your relative, your family member who are above 50, men must have this pouch with them. People who have high cholesterol, diabetes problem, hypertension, they have high risk factor. So they above the age of 45 must have this tablet. Keep it ready, okay? Don't eat. Keep it ready. So above 45 who are having high cholesterol, diabetes, hypertension, above 50 all men, and whoever are smokers. I hope no one is here, but if anyone you know, they fall under high risk factor zone and they should have this. For women, Mataji suggested above 50 and diabetes. That is enough. Above 45, Mataji didn't suggest for women. Only above 50 and who are diabetic.
Both are safe.
No, for men,
45.
above 45 with conditions. What are the conditions? High cholesterol, diabetes, hypertension. Without this problem, if you are above 50, then you should have. Above 45 with these conditions, you should have. Or if you are a smoker, above 45, you should have. These are the conditions for man. Women, if you are diabetic or if you are above 50, you should have. Okay. Now, Mataji also gave one more suggestion that people who have diabetes will not get a pain and they will go to doctor or reach hospital very late. So you should be very alert. People who have diabetes, they should be very careful of their health. Mataji suggested this. And Mataji also suggested that you should prepare yourself. Search nearby hospital where your claims are being taken care and you feel comfortable, you have some known doctors. Keep it in your mind because at the time of panic, maybe you or maybe your family members, you may be very much confused of where to go, what to do. So Mataji suggested, be prepared, identify a hospital which is very near and which has the facilities, and at the time of problem, you definitely know I will go there. So have that in your mind. I will suggested all these points, and Teja Mataji is also here. She can also help us with some more things.
But as a family history of cardiac problems also can take. So,
Hare Krishna.
you have family tendency also. So, who have family tendency also can take this. Actually, it is more rampant these days after the second vaccine of COVID. We are seeing it in 20s and 30s age people also. So actually, I feel everybody should have it rather than 50 and 40. And if I suggest an Ayurvedic medicine also beforehand, so probably I'll make it possible in the next few visits.
Hare Krishna. So, I don't know, a noble thought, but executed by Malingam Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Because sometimes we become very lazy to do small things. We hear that Prabhu, acha suggestion hai, but we don't make it happen. But I think this will easily fit into your chanting bag also. Put the zip and put it inside, right? And it may not be about you also, you can save somebody else's life also. If somebody is going through that right beside you and is in that pain, you can simply take this. They are not, at least I have understood that they are not going to create more problem.
No side effect.
No side effects as such. It's not like you've taken this, so now you have to go to hospital. No, but these tablets are going to help you go through that phase by decreasing the pain, etc. I'm not a doctor, but we have consulted doctors before doing this. Because there are many such videos that float in WhatsApp University. Right? They keep going around. So we said, okay, let us find out. But they were made with good intentions. Even today morning, I got another video. I forwarded to you. Looks like there is a really big rampant health issue going around, and people are dying young.
Yeah.
Right? So probably 50 years ago, that's for normal people. If you're working in Amazon or Google, 35 is good enough. Right? Infosys, Microsoft, all those. Right? You can, because this, it can help you. So how many are interested, Haribo? Hare Krishna. Yeah, when take a pouch, keep in your place, you can help somebody. You may not take, but you can help somebody. Somebody suddenly in that pain, put this tablet in his mouth, khatam. Uske baad, Krishna will take care. So, Prabhuji made like, how many pouches you made? 100 pouches Prabhuji made. Right? So, it's 100 rupees each. It's not easy effort, Prabhu, That child they made it. We all can have one pouch in our, I think I have more than 100 people here. Take one pouch. Not saying that you have to test it by eating it. Don't do that. Right? But you can, what do you call that? You can save somebody's life, and it can be your life. Why I was thinking about this is, devotees are very rare. And we have 18 Rath Yatras, we need people. I'm very transactional, what to do. थोड़े लोग मर गए मतलब एक रथ यात्रा कैंसिल करना पड़ेगा. So we need all of you in good. Was it the right thing to say? Anyway.
Not just this Rath Yatra, next 20 years.
Next 20 years Rath Yatra. Mataji is even enthusiastic. So you'll get 20 more pouches. But keep yourself healthy. Even everybody is saying we have to make ourselves healthy, and bodies have to be healthy. So let's have such thing. And Mataji is also going to, actually I would encourage Mataji, if she can speak for certain period of time about health. It will be very helpful. We have doctors among us and we're not taking advantage. Right? So one of the days I'll keep certain allocated time for health from Ayurvedic perspective. Mataji helps so many devotees. She helps my wife also. There's so many devotees in satsang. Let's say three loud Haribols. Right? And even Shyamada Prabhu is not here. Today is his birthday. And he is always there to help devotees when they are in trouble. And they call him, everybody calls him in desperation. Right? It's always like, Prabhu, bolo kya ho raha hai? So let's pray for his good health, and let's thank him from our heart for whatever He has done for us and our families and others' families with 3 loud Hari Bols. So, once again, Veera Mataji and Mahalingamaya Prabhu, who executed, just I told, why don't you try this, do this? He executed it also, and the pouch is ready. So, you can meet Prabhuji and right after the satsang, he'll sit where he is right now with all the pouches. You can come here, take your pouches and go.
Yeah, April 2026. So we have specially ordered for a long expiry. This is the longest expiry that was possible. April 2026.
के पहले कोई नहीं मरेगा. Hare Krishna. So today is also the disappearance day of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Maharaj. So we'll sing this bhajan and then we'll ask children to come forward and do the little performance and we'll have God. Janilo Premadhana Karuna Heno Prabhu Kotha Gela Acharya Thakur Everybody takes blessings from Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Maharaj, who is right on our altar. For someone who doesn't know him, who has come here for the first time, can Prasad Prabhu go and show who is Bhakti Siddhanta? You can stand and just show with your hand. You don't have to remove, just show this is Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. Janilo Prema Dhana Karuna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami, Srila Prabhupada ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki, Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki, Narottam Das Thakur ki. I'll read the translation. Narottam Das Thakur says, he who brought the treasure of divine love and was filled with compassion and mercy, where has such a personality as Advaita Acharya gone? Where are my Swarupa Damodhara and Rupa Goswami? Where is Sanatana? Where is Raghunath Dasa, the savior of the fallen? Where are my Raghunath Bhatta and Gopala Bhatta? And where is Krishna Das Kaviraja? Where did Lord Gauranga, the great dancer, suddenly go? I will smash my head against the rock and enter into fire. Where will I find Lord Gauranga, the reservoir of all wonderful qualities? Being unable to obtain the association of Lord Gauranga, accompanied by all these devotees in whose association he performed his pastimes, Narottam Dasa simply weeps. So we all feel the separation of great acharyas, and the great acharya succession continues. And even now the planet has some great acharyas, the disciples of Srila Prabhupada. And I'm very happy to announce on 26th of January, His Holiness Indradunya Swami Maharaj is coming here. So we have the association on the Republic Day. Maharaj will come here 9 o'clock in the morning. So what time we all should be here? 7 o'clock. Please come early. Right? We don't want to make Maharaj stay late because he wants to finish program here 9 to 11 and then he wants to take some rest before he goes to another program. If we all delay, then the rest will be compromised. Maharaj his body is very old right now. He is a spiritual person. 75 years plus. He went through a lot of health problems, but he's doing a book tour. And the book is about I forgot the title of the book. It's about Vrindavan forest. And he has written the hidden secrets or, the great glories of Vrindavan forest. 2,500 rupees is one book. That book has all the pictures of Vrindavan forest and all the pastimes. And Maharaj Swayam will be here. You can take signature of Maharaj and in your name you can take that book. Right? So I have told we need 100 books in this center. Is it a small number or big number? Small? Okay. Please call all your congregations who are wherever. It's a great opportunity to meet a great disciple of Srila Prabhupada. Right? Indradunya Maharaj is one of those devotees, one of those disciples of Srila Prabhupada, like Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, all these great Vaishnavas. They have actually lifted the ISKCON movement from the most difficult times, right? And we cannot not have their association when they are coming so close to us. So Maharaj is coming here, and next week we also, and in that week when Maharaj is coming, even Gurujana Prabhu, who is also a very, very dear disciple of Srila Prabhupada, he will be in Hyderabad and will be conducting Japa retreat camp in ISKCON Abbots Temple. So you all are welcome to go. It will happen on Friday, Saturday and Sunday, that very week. So which is like 28th is Sunday, 27th is 26th, 27th, 28th. It will happen. So 26th, Maharaj is coming here, so you will not be able to attend. 27th, you all can go to ISKCON Abbots Temple and attend the Japa retreat in the morning. And after the Japa retreat, there is book marathon awards being given from the hands of Indradhani Maharaj and Gurujana Prabhu to all the devotees who have done their best to distribute books. How many of books you have distributed doesn't matter. The award will be given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So please come to ISKCON Abbots Temple. Mark your calendars, 27th of January. And 20th of January, we have the welcoming of Sri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Mai, Shilpa Mataji, she's there. Can I welcome on your behalf, everybody? Yes, so Shilpa Mataji and Santosh Aitya Prabhu is here today. Yeah, he's not here today, but they're also welcoming their Jagannath. So we are getting more Jagannath because Jagannath wants more Rath Yatras. We are having more Rath Yatras, so we need more Jagannath deities. So Jagannath is providing himself, he's only planning to come, right? So let us be there on 28th of January for attending this great festival of welcoming Sri Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra Mai and Sudarshan. Don't think these are ordinary things happening in our life. They are very divine happenings. You know, God is appearing in the devotee's house. So he's calling everybody, come and welcome me. I'm coming. Though Jagannath is in our house, but every time Jagannath comes, it's very special. So let's make ourselves available 28th of January. And 21st of January, His Grace Madhusudan Vishnu Prabhu is amazing brahmachari, very young, very energetic. He is coming here, right here on the Vyasasana. He'll be there on 21st, Sunday feast. And on 7th of January, His Grace Yugal Kishore Prabhu is here. So he'll be taking the next Sunday feast class. He is my Shiksha Guru, the reason why I'm still existing. So he's coming. He has written a wonderful series of books on self-management, called time management, stress management, and anger management. So if you don't manage your time, you get stress. If you can't manage your stress, you'll get anger. So all these three combined in one book set. He's selling it. Please let us help him sell those. He wants to give as many as possible. So it will cost around 650 rupees. That is the price for the entire set. So I have told him we'll take maximum in this satsang. And Prabhuji is also doing programs in other communities like Aparna community, where the Asraj Prabhu is arranging. And Pavan Prabhu is here. No, he's not here. So in Ramalayam, BHL Ramalayam, he's doing a program there also. And he's doing a program in My Home Avatar also, right, for book launch kind of program. And he's doing programs in a few corporates. I've arranged one in my company, but this time we don't have much time. And he's giving a Bhagavatam class in ISKCON Abbots Temple also. And yeah, and in Green Grace apartment in the afternoon, Saturday, I'll send the schedule. Just like we have the whole schedule of, whole January is a very busy month. So there is no gap left for Mayadevi to enter. कोई भी ये program को नहीं आएगा, वो जाएगा. Krishna has made all arrangements for us, right? So Yugal Kishore Prabhu, and then followed by Indradhanu Swami Maharaj. Sorry, Madhusudan Vishnu Prabhu, and then Indradhanu Swami Maharaj. And then we have a Nityananda Trayadashi and Gaur Purnima, and after that, what is it? Ram Navami, then Janmashtami, then Jagannath Rath Yatra, then Janmashtami, then Narshini Chaturdashi, then Sharad Purnima, then Kartik month, then Gita Jayanti, and next year, last day, we are here again. December 31st, 2024. Our schedule is packed, probably. Pura pack ho gaya. And beach mein favorite festival also. Is it Nirjala Ekadashi? Don't forget that. That comes every year. So we're all packed. So let's stay together. Let's chant together. Let's all raise our hands and chant loudly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. And today is also, may not be today, but Lakshmi Mata is celebrating her mother's 25th birthday. Is that right? 25th was the date. Okay. So, no. After it's a period, I don't know. I'm just miscalculating. But it's the birthday of your mother, right? So, in memory of her mother, Mataji is sponsoring today's feast for all of us. Her father is also here. Prabhu, where is he? He is behind there. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhuji is there, right there. So, thank you for your family, Prabhu. We are very grateful. We did not get the darshan of your mother, Mataji. Maybe would she have been happy seeing all of us like this? Hare Krishna. Her name is Sujata Mataji. Huh? Rangamani Mataji. Rangamani Mataji. Sorry, I somehow felt. Rangamani Mataji ki jai. Let's sing 3 times Hare Krishna mantra for Rangamani Mataji's soul. Wherever she is going closer to Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Rangamani Mataji ki jai. Hare, thank you, Lakshmi Mataji. Very enthusiastic devotee, Lakshmi Mataji. She can write about any one of us for 5 pages. And with a lot of love and affection. That's our offering is for birthday. So I'm sure she would have written a big essay for her mother also. Right? So much. Wherever she is, I pray at her lotus feet. And we're grateful that her daughter is coming and joining us. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Thank you. And we have one more announcement. What is that announcement? Forgot the announcement. Huh? Yes. So our teenage boys, led by our teenage guru, Rakesh Prabhu, teenage boys, teenage guru, Prabhuji took all our boys, like almost 11 of them, to ISKCON Pune for a yatra, for a camp. And there they went and had a great time. We were seeing a lot of pictures while that happened. If you have your children going into teenage, be watchful, mindful, and careful. So bring them here so that we can engage them full in Krishna consciousness. Right? So we have one more camp coming up for teenage boys in Mayapur, during the summer time. So we'll announce the dates. Behold and keep those dates available for your children. Right? So now I welcome the boys to come and display or show what they have done as a presentation in their camp. They were asked to make a presentation. So somebody can give a remote mic. Each one can come. How much time will it take each one?
15 minutes. We are doing one talk.
Okay. We're all doing one topic.
No, 2 groups. Each group one talk.
Okay, go ahead. You take the mic. Haribol. Let's welcome them all with enthusiastic Haribol. Haribol.
Send a photo, a chart on your Gmail.
Is it needed?
Yeah. It's nice. It's good.
You sent where?
Already sent.
WhatsApp.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Why don't you sing Nursing Arti by the time I downloaded? Go ahead and sing. You can sing.
Namaste Narasimhaya. That's for the
Hare Krishna. So today we'll be presenting the topic drawbacks of modern science from something from Bhakti magazine known as Srila Prabhupada's Geeks House, which is a conversation between Srila Prabhupada and some of his disciples, which took place in New Vrindavan, West Bengal West Virginia in 1970. So in this conversation, I'll be disciple and Mahesh will be Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada, some people will agree that a real civilization trains its citizens to find happiness in spiritual principles and godly living. Some may also agree that in a real civilization, one part of the populace learns the role of the material providers. Yet, these same people may disagree that still another part of the populace should learn the role of protectors and find happiness in fighting. What is so godly about fighting, they may ask. Why train the so-called military inclined to find happiness in fighting? This is a self of happiness. You're not considering their fighting, which will cause misery. What are all the maimed and killed in their families? You ought to consider all the misery caused by your so-called protectors.
Some people might think in this way, but such people are rascals. They cannot think at all. We haven't got to reply to any of them because they are rascals. No, take electricity. Some molecular interaction may be occurring, but the interaction is not simply molecular. Intelligence has to do with the soul, not simply with the brain.
They say that the brain is source of intelligence.
No, take electricity for example. Electricity moves between gross elements and through a gross wire. But the electricity itself, it is not those elements, not that wire. It is subtle.
Yes, it is subtle, but
You cannot see this subtle thing directly. You can see it only when it interacts with something gross. But subtle thing is independent and distinct from the gross things.
that is actually true. That's a fact. For example, when we speak of Newton's law of gravitation, we can establish a mathematical formula, but we do not actually know how gravitation acts.
Not directly seen.
Yes, even though gravitation does exist, we can't really see it. Modern science admits that. Newton himself admitted that.
So although we cannot see the soul directly, why not admit that it exists? The soul is the most subtle, but we can see it through its effects. So why not admit it exists?
Yes, far too many scientists have left the soul out of the discussion of reality. Instead, they try to reduce reality to matter, and yet we see the existence of the soul. It is beyond our comprehension, but it exists. We should not ignore the soul simply because it is inconceivable.
Actually, the soul is conceivable because we can understand much about it by observing the way it interacts with matter. Yet, largely the soul is outside our experience.
Yes.
So, the soul is not inconceivable, it is conceivable.
Oh yes, again, if we take the example of physical phenomena and laws, we can perceive that they exist, but precisely how they exist, we do not know.
That is another thing. But you have to admit they exist. And we have to admit that the soul exists.
Yes, that is the missing point in modern science.
The mind exists, the intelligence exists, the sense of ego exists, the soul exists. Although they are not entirely perceivable by our gross senses.
So consciousness, the soul, exists independent and distinct from matter.
Yes, this you have to bring into scientist discussion. Now they should begin to inquire how does the soul enter the subtle material situation, how does the soul create and enter a subtle or mental body, and how does the subtle body create the gross situation, the gross body. At the present moment, the scientists are stressing the gross situation, but the subtle situation, they have no knowledge, and yet the subtle situation can be perceived.
Yes, that is true.
So you have to convince other scientists. This subtle mental, intellectual and psychological situation is so very important. It can carry the soul to the spiritual world. But one has to make himself fully spiritualized, fully devoted to the Lord. At the time you pass from your gross body, if you have made your subtle body fully spiritualized, then it will carry you to the spiritual world. So just consider how critically important is this Krishna conscious culture, this spiritual culture. Just consider, and yet these so-called scientists who are setting society's cultural tone, they know nothing of this true culture, nothing. We can perceive two energies, para and apara, the higher and lower spirit and matter. And we get confirmation from Lord Krishna. In Bhagavad Gita, he discusses these two energies in these very terms, para and apara, higher and lower spirit and matter. So the soul in the material world is situated between this apara or inferior material energy and the para or superior spiritual energy. This subtle situation, his subtle body, is his medium back to spiritual world. If the soul makes his subtle body, his mind, intelligence, and self-identification or ego spiritualized, then he goes to the spiritual world. You see, if the soul spiritualizes his mind and intelligence and ego, if he focuses them on his actual spiritual identity and his loving relationship with Krishna, the Supreme Spirit, then he will be transferred to the spiritual world. This you have to prove or demonstrate in scientific terms. These pseudoscientists are simply seeing simply the gross situation, the gross body, that's all. They see the gross body functioning for some time and then cease it to function and they think this person was living but now he is living no more. No, the soul is always living but now he is being carried to another situation, another life by the subtle situation he created in this life. These pseudoscientists are thinking this gross situation, this gross body is finished, everything is finished. That's not the fact. Krishna confirms Tata Dehanta Ras Praptis Dhiras Tatra Namoyati. As the soul passes in this lifetime from a childhood body to a teenage body to an old age body, so at the time of death, he passes into still another body.
That is a drawback in modern science.
Without this spiritual perspective, everything they say is a drawback, simply bluffing. Hara abhaktasya kuto mahad guna. Anyone who does not use his human intelligence to spiritualize himself to become a devotee of the Lord, his whole life is a drawback.
So in the starting of the conversation, the scientist mentions that intelligence is the molecular reaction that occurs inside the brain. But then it's not just that. The soul also is involved in intelligence. So we can say the existence of the soul is there by taking example of Newton's law of gravitation. We have a mathematical formula. We can see it like occurring on objects in the real world, but we cannot like see it. It is perceivable in the world, but we cannot see it. Just another example is electricity. Electricity only works in the presence of a circuit. So that circuit is the subtle body, and the electricity is the soul.
The second point is perspective of scientists. Now, all the scientific theories have been formed with keeping in mind what we can see. So we can see only the gross body or matter in this world. But we have to know there are three types of perspectives. First is gross body, what we can see. Second perspective is the subtle perspective, and the highest perspective is the soul. So whatever the scientific knowledge is incomplete and inaccurate, because right now what we are pursuing and what we know, we might form theories, but later on they might get disproved, or so basically the scientific knowledge is inaccurate and incomplete, unlike the Vedas, which have been true since time immemorial. And example, the atomic model, which was first theorized by J.J. Thomson, which was disproved by Rutherford, and then again it was disproved by Bohr, which is still not totally accurate. And yeah, so and there are the eternal energy of Krishna is divided into two: para, the superior spiritual energy, and apara, the inferior material energy. We can perceive both of them. We can perceive the actions of both of them, but we can't see them. But we can't see them.
The third point is that the soul is eternal. So modern scientists are so focused on the material aspects of the body that they tend to ignore that the soul exists. They believe that when a person dies, his soul is completely destroyed, but it's actually far from true. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that just as a person takes off his old garments and wears new ones, the soul transfers itself from body to body and keeps on living, and the soul cannot be destroyed. And there are also scientific proofs to show that the soul is actually present and is eternal. For example, we have reincarnation and we also have past life memories. So therefore, we can say that scientific knowledge is not complete and can be termed as inaccurate. And spiritual knowledge is eternal and always accurate. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. And Hriday will explain a few flowcharts here.
So we can see over here you have flowchart of soul, subtle body, gross body. So gross body is a laptop, but it does not work without the subtle body, it's a CPU. But the CPU cannot function without soul. The soul, which is the heart, is given there. And also we showed the two energy, which I already explained. Apara, which is Apara is the inferior material energy, and Para is the superior spiritual energy.
Oh yeah, this one's good. No, you don't want to one more like a yes. Both of you sit down. Beside each other.
The following conversation between His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada and some of his disciples took place on an early morning walk in April 1974 in Hyderabad, India.
How do you instruct the people in general?
Devotee. I try to follow what Lord Chaitanya taught and what is taught in all Vedic literature. That people should understand the relationship with Lord, learn how to act in the relationship, and know that the goal of life is to come to the stage of pure love of God. So we acquaint people with the principle of devotional service and tell them how they can practice it.
But people will say, we have not forgotten God. We go to church regularly. So how have we forgotten God?
Well, we don't encourage them to change their religion.
No, your charge is that they have forgotten God. They will answer, we have not forgotten God. We are going to church. How have we forgotten God?
Because they are non-actively serving Him. We see that some people say they are theists, but they don't do any practical service for God.
But what is the meaning of service?
Service means acting in a relationship of love, but people are simply serving their stomachs.
But if I haven't got love for God, why am I coming to church?
We are educating them about who God is. They go to church, but they don't know who God actually is.
Whatever He may be, when I offer my prayers, I remember God. I don't have a clear idea, but I have my own conception of God. So, what is the answer?
But there are symptoms of service to God. We don't discourage Christians from worshipping God in church. But if they're actually serving God, they should show some symptoms of developing love of God.
Yes, that is already answered. If I haven't got love for God, why am I coming to church? I could use the time I spent in church to earn some money.
But love is not based on sentimentality. Love is practical. We can judge how much a man is developing love for God by what his activities are.
So, what have you found in me that lets you conclude that I have no love for God? What have you seen in me?
You go to church for only 1 hour all week.
That may be,
The rest of the time is not spent serving God.
but that does not mean I do not love God.
We are spreading love of God all over the world to people who have not developed that love. So if you have love for God, you should willingly support this work.
But the Christians are also preaching. The Christian missionaries will say, we are going all over the world. We have made so many Christians. So why do you say that you are better than us? We are doing the same thing as you.
If a person has love of God, though his love is not simply confined to his own work, God is one, so why not help us?
No, we are already preaching Christianity all over the world. The number of Christians are greater than the number of Christian devotees. Our preaching is better than yours.
We are only requesting you to chant Hare Krishna.
That is only a process. You are requesting people to chant Hare Krishna. We are requesting them to pray, give us our daily bread. Your process of chanting, ours is prayer. So there is no difference.
But when we chant Hare Krishna, we are praying to God. Please let me serve you.
That is already settled. We are also serving. We are also preaching Christianity.
But we are serving 24 hours a day.
That may be. You may be engaged in serving God 24 hours a day. And I may be engaged 8 hours a day. But that does not mean I have no love for God.
It has already been predicted in the Shastra, the Vedic scriptures, that this method of chanting the holy name of God will be accepted by everyone.
That may be in your Shastra. But we follow our Bible. We go to the church and sing hymns.
The fact is that you do not know who God is. You do not know how God is.
No, I know in my own way.
They may give all these arguments, but we see that most Christians do not even follow the teaching in their own Bible.
Here we have come to the real point. If you love God, then why do you disobey Him? Your disobedience means that you do not love God. Jesus Christ says, "Thou shalt not kill." Then why are you killing so many millions of cows in the slaughterhouses? This is the charge I give to the Christians.
But they say we are allowed to kill animals. Besides, I accept Christ as my Savior. Therefore, I am saved. I am following Christianity closely.
No. If you love God, then why are you disobeying His orders? There is an open declaration by Jesus Christ, "Thou shalt not kill," but you are deliberately disobeying Him. So where is your love for God?
He trained his disciples how to preach. But
So the first point, the devotee says about how we teach what Lord Chaitanya Prabhu taught us, which talks about parampara succession, which is genuine unadulterated knowledge, in where Lord Chaitanya comes as Krishna with the mood of Radha or the servitor. So then again the devotee says we don't encourage other people to change their religion, but we try to make them into genuine. If you're a Christian, be a good Christian, or if you're a Muslim, be a good Muslim or a genuine Muslim. And then the devotee says, but love is not based on sentimentality. That love is practical. Love is practical. It should be shown in the form of service. You can't say you like someone without showing that you like him. It's not love or else. And the devotee also says, we are only requesting chant Hare Krishna because it is given as scriptures in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 6.242. Hare Nama Hare Name Kevela Kalo Naste Gataranyata. As it's given. Then Prabhupada, in this Prabhupada, he's acting as a Christian, but and he's trying to debate with his devotee. So when the devotee finally goes to the final point, Prabhupada finally tells that if you are that he tells what is his point against Christians, which is if you love God, then why are you disobeying him? And we can say this is some type of like selective faith where you're only believing in certain principles and you are disobeying other principles such as thou shalt not kill. But you are believing in other principles that, for example, they say we should not steal, they don't steal. But in the same time, Jesus Christ is saying you should not kill, but they're killing millions of cows. Then the devotee, he asks a question back to Prabhupada, saying that in the Bible it's mentioned that we are allowed to kill animals, and since I accept Christ as my savior, I can get rid of my sins by praying to Him. But then Prabhupada says that if you love God, you should not disobey Him in the first place. And if you love someone, you wouldn't want to indirectly try to hurt him. Like Jesus Christ, they say He bleeds every time sins are done, and He said He's okay for that, but it doesn't mean you should cause deliberate pain to Him.
okay. Haribol. Hare Krishna, 3 loud Haribols for these children who have done this presentation today. All these boys, like when we started the satsang, were maybe as big as the girls standing there. All of them. They've grown here in the satsang, like I think 7 or 8 years, is that right? Yeah. So they were the 3rd standard. Now most of them are the intermediate. Right now they're growing along with devotees, and you can see. I don't know what I was doing at their age at this time, but they're so fortunate that they are learning this kind of knowledge. So let us thank Srila Prabhupada and ISKCON for giving this platform for our next generation to learn the highest knowledge. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. So, take one. So we have birthday today celebration of Shirsha Mataji. Haribol, Hare Krishna. So please get the cake here. And also Shyam Madhav Prabhu is not here. So we'll have the cake cutting and then we'll have Gaur Aarti. Right? So the Aarti plate is ready. We'll have quick Gaur Aarti. This is the last day of this year, 2023. We'll end with a nice Aarti. And tomorrow morning we'll start continuing the Aarti. Haribol. Yeah, you can bring the table here. కొంచెం మధ్యలో వేసుకోండి. Somebody has the table to the front. No, ఇక్కడ తీసుకోండి. ప్రశాంత్. బస్. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Can everybody assemble? Let us pray for Shiksha Mataji and harmony for better. Then come. Yes, Ante, please come. So Shiksha Mataji and Satya Prabhu have been part of our satsang from the very beginning. And this is one of the special birthdays we celebrate on the New Year day. Hare Krishna to you, Hare Krishna to you, Hare Krishna to you, Hare Krishna to you, Hare Rama to you, Hare Rama to you. Hare Rama to you, Hare Rama to you. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha, kripa sindhubhyaya cha, patitanam pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo namaha. May you never take birthday. May you never take birthday. May you never take birthday. Hare Krishna to you. There is limited cake here. Don't eat the full cake now. Leave some for all of us. Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna to you, Hare Krishna to you, Hare Krishna to you, Hare Krishna to you, Hare Rama to you, Hare Rama to you, Hare Rama to you, Hare Krishna to you. Let us chant 3 times Hare Krishna mantra for the good health and happiness of Mataji and the whole family in Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Mataji made at least 10,000 idlis per devotees so far. Yes.
More than that.
And counting 20,000 vadas.
Yes. More than that.
And at least
50 kg.
Upma. 100 kilos upma.
500 kg.
Upma. And so much tumblers and oceans of chutney.
Salad. Sambar.
And because of that, we all are in Krishna consciousness.
And counting. And counting.
And counting. Hare Krishna. You want to say something for your mother?
Yes. Stigna, go ahead.
Good.
Yes, you're on camera.
My mother is very caring, not just for me, but for anybody.
Yes.
Like if she makes something at home, she'll be like, like she makes sure like that she cares for everyone and like she remembers everyone, she takes everyone into consideration. And whenever my friends come over, she'll cook for all of them. She'll never say order. She'll say, I'll make it. So like she'll make it for all my friends, no matter how many of them come. She's like, yeah, bring them home. No problem. And since I was really small and like we didn't live in India, I didn't have kids my age in Vienna. She used to play with me like until I was 8, 9. Every day she used to play board games with me. She used to keep me engaged. So I'm really glad to have her, and she's very fortunate. And like we do argue a lot, like every mother.
I do think she yells at me for no reason, but I'm still really fortunate, and she's actually very sincere about like Krishna consciousness. Like if she gets really happy. Like I did 60 rounds today before 9 a.m. Lilananda who appreciated me. Like she feels really. And if it misses one day, then she'll be like, okay, tomorrow I'll make sure I do it. So something I can really learn. Very much.
So whatever Prabhuji will tell, he is going to tell the truth, nothing else more than that.
Hare Krishna. Thank you all for your Vaishnava blessings today, for Sirisha and for our family. I have to speak for, I have to take inspiration from Mahesh Prabhu, how to praise a wife. So I take inspiration from him and say, so Sirisha is, what should I say, she is extremely plain-hearted. And and in English there's a word like no nonsense category. She's like extremely plain-hearted, always supporting. Right from day one, she's been extremely supportive to me and my family in all the ways. When we were in Vienna, by Krishna's mercy, I was having a very wonderful job there, and it's like a prestigious job working for the United Nations, and a lot of social status and people used to recognize and all kinds of things. So in that, amidst of that wonderful life, when my mother was unwell, she was bedridden. She chose to leave all that social status and all the life, and she came to Vijayawada and living in a small place, and she was running around my mother, taking her to hospitals and all kinds of things. We were away for 2 years like that. So that is one of the biggest sacrifice she has done. And in few circumstances, I had to come back to India. Due respects, most wives do not agree to leave that kind of wonderful life.
All wives don't agree.
Most wives, I know some of my friend, he told me that his wife said, if you want, you go, but I'm not going to leave this country. But when I said, I am unable to come, can you go? She immediately said, you don't worry about your career. You take care of this, I'll immediately go and take care of the responsibilities. So that has been a great, even in Krishna consciousness as well, right from day one, she's been extremely supportive. Though in the initial days she was not as convinced, but yet she put her 110% in every satsang, every effort in all the ways. So that has been a tremendous support. My relatives say that she's very fortunate that I entered her life, but I know within my heart I am most fortunate that she entered into my life. So I request all the Vaishnavas to pray for us and our family so that we continue and we try to follow at least 1% of what Lilananda Prabhu is saying and make our progress in this spiritual life. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
We are all fortunate to have your association.
Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai. Shiva Jaya
Shiva Shiva Sukha Narada Shiva Jaya Jaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Prajapine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Asatati Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prajapine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Asatati Krishna Jaya Shri Krishna Jaya Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Jaya Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Jaya Shri Krishna Jaya Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasati Gaura Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madan Mohan Radha Madan Mohan Shri Radhe, Jaya Radha Madan Mohan Radha Madan Mohan Shri Radhe, Jaya Radha Gopi Vallabha Radha Gopi Vallabha Shri Radhe, Jaya Radha Gopi Vallabha Radha Gopi Vallabha Shri Radhe, Jaya Gaurani Radha Gaurani Radha Gaurani Radha, Jaya Gaurani Radha, Jaya Gaurani Radha Gaurani Radha, Gaurani Radha, Jaya Gaurani Radha, Jaya Panchatattva, 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 Jaya Panchatattva, Jaya Shri Goswami Gana, 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 Jaya Guru Parampara, Jaya Guru Parampara, Guru Parampara, Jaya 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 Guru Parampara, Hari Bol, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Gurudev,